What do you want? What the fuck do you want? No, don't listen to me. What the fuck do you want? Money? No, Esther, you're not understanding me. You're asking me the wrong questions. I need a house. What the fuck do you want? No, you're asking me the wrong questions. What do you fuck do you want? Yeah, but Esther, you're still, you didn't know anything, you're still here. It's not making sense to me. Esther, you kind of annoy me actually. Esther, I have proof. I have computer work to do today. I don't have the money for you. I don't have the time, Esther. I'm doing quantum metaphysics and physics at the same time. Can you do that with lambda calculus with Esther? Maybe you can then help me. No, Esther. Esther. No, Esther, you're not understanding me. Today I'm actually trying to do quantum metaphysics. No, I don't have a lot to do. I have a house. I need a house, Esther. Esther, I don't need. Esther, listen to me. Esther, shut up, Esther. Esther, I'm trying to do quantum metaphysics. Can you do my quantum metaphysics paper for me? No. So, can you start? Can you do? Okay, Esther. Can you prove that what's it called? Half of foreign transfer, half of right rotation transfers from what was it? Well, you don't know what I'm talking about, Esther. Esther, define a foreign transfer. Fourier series. Fourier series. No, you cannot talk to answer the question. You're talking to me for the wrong reasons. I am not a baby, Esther. I'm doing applied mathematics and creative writing. I'm busy. Fuck off. Esther, I'm trying to formalize a paper for Fourier series. I'm trying to create a. So I should run. Esther, I don't care about the police. Esther, you're disturbing me. Esther, I'm recording this call, you know? Esther, I'm recording this call. Esther, don't tell me penalize me. Esther, you're annoying me, Esther. Esther, you have a job to do. Esther, fuck off. Esther, fuck off. Esther, I need a house. Esther, can you advocate for me for the house? Esther, can you advocate for me for the house? Esther, I'm recording this call. Esther, I'm recording this call. Esther, can you fuck off? Esther, I'm doing maths today. I have nothing to do with police. Esther, I'm doing maths today. Esther, I don't care. I burnt Esther. I don't have anything for you. Esther, if you call back again, you better call on the landline, okay? Esther. Esther, I'm not a citizen of the UK. Esther, I'm from Biafra. I'm from Nigeria. Esther, I'm from Nigeria. I'm not from the UK. My right is independent house. It's free. Esther, please. Esther, listen to me. Esther, listen to me. If you call this number, Esther, you better not call the landline again. You know, this is our private matter. You know, Esther, you think I'm stupid? Why are you calling the landline? Esther, why are you calling the landline? Yeah, I don't care whether my phone's going from an adult. Esther, I don't care. I'm an adult. Esther, don't tell me what I've read in the books. Fuck off, Esther. Esther, don't call this number again, okay? On this landline. I dare you do it, okay? Esther, don't you dare. Okay? You're still going. Esther, hang on the call, please. Esther, hang on the call. Because I'm sure I'm joining right now. Okay, I'm recording my journal now. I'm doing my work now. Okay, let's call it cool. Call it cool. So basically, Namdi, you're trying to find a Fourier series as two digital waveforms that propagate in space, which is called using the standard SOHCAHTOA, but for analog modeling. So this is so your first step, Namdi, is to define a Fourier series and sequences of instructions via homogeneous and heterogeneous data modeling via mosaic encoding system for the SIGI here and now problem duality. In essence, Namdi, you're trying to project yourself to the fourth dimension using a lattice, but other way around. Basically using metaphysics, the state of the mind, and the body, the body and the mind. Because you're in the metaphysical, that is your mind and your soul. But you're tripartite. You're trying to define Uche as Uche Obi Heart Uche Namdi. Heart, Mr. Heart Knowledge, Namdi, the one that handles things, education stuff such as Esther's bureaucracy, but written documents, formal documents, in application via the ease of use, even trident access. What is trident access? Uche means knowledge in Igbo. Eze, F okay, F stands for zero. Ifeka means king or king Namdi. And Obi Namdi means heart or soul Namdi. Anchoring a sort of split. This is this is what is known as what hyperspace. Because Uche's knowledge of navigation is the same as Eze's knowledge of navigation, and Obi, me, my heart, in the physical form and the meta form. These three personas are what is used to anchor yourself to the hyperplane in the 3D lattice. In all the three sets. For example, in this physical space, I hold I hold myself in three dimensions. I hold myself in the mind, because Esther's driving me crazy. I hold myself in this physical space, in this physical embodiment, in the physical body. My senses are exist here, my speech exists here. And what? In the mind, the body and the soul. The soul means like my goals, my objective, which is my country, my rebuilding of my constitutional framework, and the kinship leadership. But these are three disjoint accesses that when diverge, when they live together, when they leave each other, they fall and falter because knowledge and power are two basically Mr. Knowledge, Mr. Uche Namdi, or Mr. Eze Namdi, Mr. King Namdi have all share knowledge, and knowledge is power. But the local power, because if Eze wants to if Eze wants to learn to use a gun, Eze can learn to use a gun. But Uche will have to prototype his gun to use a gun. So the kind of intuition is that Eze will just pick up a gun, and Uche would have to build the gun he uses for him, which is kind of the polarity of the hyperplane. Now, the hypersphere is the metaphysical world that them can produce to himself based on his observed state and reality. For example, if you bring an elevator to Nami's reality, let me see that I see an elevator. That elevator can mean axis of dimension. I can go up and down any axis. Therefore, as I can go up and down any axis, I will be able to project myself to any reality. But if I've never seen an elevator, I will never have the conceptualization of up, down, left, right on the axis plane. Which is a problem here. We have to keep the system coherent and ensure that all concepts fall under the lattice mosaic system encoding via the metropolis. I'm trying to create a metropolis. My utopia. My utopia is my metropolis. My utopia is what? My utopia. Why? Why am I trying to do this? My utopia is the constitution in Biafra. Where I breathe, live, and work, and I'm free to do as I please. But my metropolis exists in the digital form, where I can upload my consciousness to digital space and search the internet, roam freely without concern of the world now and beyond, knowing instinctively because you are here in the physical and here when you are in the metropolis, when you're my metropolis, we have to name after myself. Mr. Namdi's metropolis, okay, my utopia, the word utopia in Igbo, as a policy now, is because it's my utopia, my digital form, because I was excluded from a lot of digital spaces, directly and indirectly, and that is why Mmuko OS is free, and that is why that is why Mmuko social media is free. and the Mmuko OS system is free as well. For the BFRs, all the BFRs that exist in the world, no matter who you are, good or bad. But it's sold to proprietors because it's a business. The goal of this is to ensure that the digital we have access to know what's happening around us. Because being here does not mean you're now. Being now does not mean you're here. And meaning we share a set of epsilon, whether you're sure or what you're gonna do. Example, we can define this as a Fourier series integration, a double series integration, which is one back. Obviously, you got the other. You flip the. Basically, the goal is to have one. Basically, when you have two Fourier series, you have which makes it or which is equivalent to two integration, or two dimensions of access. Of one okay, two dimensions because two lambda integrations or two Fourier series are the opposite symbol because you write them like a six but you gotta write like a opposite six like a flip six that's the Fourier structure and code into analog waveform so you can project yourself to the fourth dimension because I want to see what other realities are like apart from the 3D world. And I believe that my dragon exists there. What's called my protector, but not the dead one, the stupid one, but the material from the above that looks down at my dimension. I want to see what he sees. So I am literally trying to half my dimension, my whole space world, this dimension, and project that upwards. So I have to take a glimpse of what relay half the by taking my full dimension. I take the space and time and half the fourth dimension. That'll be the lattice plane I'm in, where we share the here and now and here, which can be distant based on all rules. The goal here is to literally ensure that the encoding system is structured in a way that is coherent via mosaic memory. Mosaic memory is, for example, the EEE, which stands for epsilon sparse state. E cubed is a vector, and the number 000 is a vector, which is off, and 111 is a vector. It's true. When these all forces are aligned as one, that means that we are in a state of full awareness. We are about to transcend, but some of these we were all disjointed in that state. For example, I have so I'm trying to create a digital computer in the metaphysical. But you have to work in the metaphysical because access Mmuko signals. So I'm trying to develop a supercomputer, a policy for all BFRs who have access to the metaphysical to Mmuko signal, who are concerned about because the Mmuko signal you don't need to pay for it because it's only in the metaphysical. Because you are now it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you are metaphysical in the metaphysical in our minds, your mind. You have a world, you share reality. We all share a reality. So why this really matters is for example, we can define we gotta take a half of Fourier series, a half of Fourier series, which is a half of series, which is like one full. So you get half of full signal, half of a full signal, which is one signal. Basically, you get one digital waveform that can represent space and time. But when you try to download the space, you get the time in time. You can get a problem of space and time because you get half of the space and time when you download the analog signal. So the first series is meant to ensure that the space and time equation are separate. So we can when you're downloading in time, you have a space, which is why the N for November, S for Sarah, I for Indigo, G for Golf, I for India matters. Then SIGI here and now relay system for downloading Mmuko OS. Because it's meant to be ensuring that when you have all the space in the world, you don't need any time. So you have A star time. You have zero. You have the constant time. Because all the space in memory, in the physical, and the metaphysical, align have some trade off too. And that's trying to ensure that doesn't be a problem when it operates in the mind. So that has to be all-star bound because space and time are really literal resources. The goal of this is really to ensure biological computation, biological informatics computation. Because computers that sit in some kind of a void and are there, but in the earth, but you have to touch them because they are on the ground and you never have to open another vault to get them. So when people come and see this computer, just say, "Oh yes, it's just a computer," but we have to touch it because they're happy in that place, and that is where it's stable for them to be, reflecting the nature of the diversity of places you go to. So you have a sparse computation model via a trident principle. Now, what's a trident principle? Okay, say you have a stem. You have three stems. You connect them by the edges, and you round the edges. So, for example, you have like a V, and you put a V, you put another V, half V, another stick of the V length of the one side of the V, the width, length, the height of one dimension of V opposite. This is tridimensional model. For example, you get two turtles and one dragon for the sparse communication. So if something is sending something, two turtles. If one turtle if one turtle is grounded, it's not sending anything on trying to so on one end. So if one turtle is sending something, it's not the other dragons are receiving. Because if one turtle is receiving, also receiving, other turtles also sending. Because the job of the turtle primarily is to polarity, prioritize receiving information. But if there's a need to prioritize send information, then we have to change this to two turtles, to two dragons. So the two turtles become two dragons, and you get one turtle per send and receive a cycle over a trident string. So this is why you're trying to implement a duplex string for it, but it's based on Fourier transforms. You're trying to define this as a metaphysical state, chemical state that's normally for via seismic activity, because they have to go through mediums that they can't really encounter, like water, via your electrolysis principle. So you have so remember what's your so say you have a cord of wire and you have to turn that cord. It doesn't work when you do wrong, so you have to get that cord to waveform. So you have to charge what is here, but you have to charge a short distance. So you have a coil, you spin on electricity, you discharge it, you charge it, you don't discharge it, you charge you propagate it. Probably because you send information, but you have to go through a coil because the coil is very important on one end. So you have a coil, you cut it into two again, cut it into two again. And cut it in, that's 4 pieces. Get to 4. So one is sending, one's receiving. So you now cut it in 2 again. So you get the first 2. So you get to cut it in 3 first, and you cut it. Then cut it in 2. They get 6 pieces. Then get that. So you get this. You sending and receiving a signal. So you get the underwater. You get the coils spin on their own. Spin with the charges and then propagate underwater via the semantic way. Because things that make it propagate are literally the environment, the noisy environment, because they have a lot of energy, and that's why they are the source of energy. No matter if it's a turbine under the water, because they produce some kind of energy based on how they naturally are in the seismic activity, so people can get the power they need. In Biafra, but the goal here is literally to ensure stability over the state of epsilon, because if everything collapses back to epsilon, we all never existed. Which is in the metaphysical or the physical in one state. But we can collapse the whole thing. But let's go. We have to ensure one thing at a time. The kind of one thing at a time. One thing happens at a time, and problem is addressed. Which is the goal of this here and now. One thing and one space, one thing and one time. It's like what is one? What is get so 2 is 1, so you get two spaces, two spaces minimum, or squared, or 2 areas pi r squared per one time. So that's kind of the test case over the standard QA matrix. You can try to implement a Rift test. Rift is a flexible translated test level. But the whole goal of this is to transcend from the metaphysical into the metaphysical, ensuring that social media, things are social, so I can know things instinctively based on social, the Fourier shift or the Mosaic shift, being in a state, going in the metaphysical, it's like me going across the land, going to America, but that changes something. If I'm observed in that state, that means someone has seen me already. I already know that thing because I met that person who was there already. Also, try to use pi or computers over this the number pi. The number pi should be should be statically resolved to 45 decimal places, and another 45 dynamically. So we can get a total of 90 decimal places for the system. Because that's kind of evolution problem. So when you compute number pi 3.1415755. You compute to 45 decimal places using a static set keyword and a solution, because you have to get 2 of them. So there's an equilibrium in the 1 row. So for at one time. Okay, thank you, Namdi. Yes, today's date is the 23rd of December 2012. Thank you. So your goal is to ensure all these things that are there in your metropolis, your utopia, your digital space is safe from the world, because you want to be here now, and you don't have any problems. You can start thinking clearly. Think space, headspace. Thank you.